The monster thought to be responsible for 300 deaths. There's Gustave, Burundi's monster crocodile. In the deep waters of dark Africa, beneath the murky waters of Lake Tanganyika, lurks a terrifying presence. Locals call this terror Gustave. At over 6 meters long and weighing over a ton, Gustave is considered one of the world's most terrifying crocodiles, but his fame stems not only from his massive size, but also from the fact that he has eaten nearly 300 people over the years. But why would Gustave have committed these murders? The roots of all these horrific events run deep. The Republic of Burundi, which became independent in 1962, has witnessed years of civil wars, coups d'état, and bloody tribal wars. This constant chaos has made Burundi one of the darkest and most desperate countries in the world. What's more, many of the population who lost their lives in these conflicts often threw their bodies into the waters of Lake Tanganyika, instead of burying them in the ground. Perhaps as a result of this appalling behavior, they have fed and raised a monster with their own hands. Under the influence of this dark period in Burundi, a creature may have emerged whose very name sent a shiver down people's spirits. In Burundi, where everyone was starving to death, the Nile crocodiles were the rare creatures that were gorging themselves. All these terrible events led to the crocodiles growing rapidly, reaching gigantic proportions and, most importantly, becoming accustomed to human flesh. But although thousands of crocodiles live in Lake Tanganyika, only one of them would become legendary. Gustave's dark century began in 1987 and is hauntingly etched in the memory of the local population. A Burundian citizen was innocently enjoying the cool waters of Lake Tanganyika when an unexpected nightmare struck. He was brutally attacked by a huge crocodile and disappeared into the muddy lake waters. Over time, the crocodile attacks continued to escalate, and eyewitness reports always pointed to the same thing: this wild creature, Gustave, stood out as the culprit. In 2001, the story of this horror crossed borders and continued to spread as a legend from Burundi to the whole world. The horror caught the attention of Patrice Fay, a reptile expert and French citizen. Fay traveled to the region and began to study this crocodile. But he soon realized that this crocodile was no ordinary predator. In just 3 months, it had swallowed 17 people. At first he thought of killing it, but over time he came to admire this wild creature. Finally, he decided to share its story with the world, and the name of this monster was engraved in the memory of the whole world with the documentary, Capturing the Killer Croc, directed by Patrice Fay. After a long and arduous search, the team managed to capture this monster in the heart of Lake Tanganyika. The people of Burundi thought Gustave was over 100 years old, but a team studying Gustave's teeth proved that he was in his 60s in the early 2000s. However, another notable detail was the 3 bullet wounds found on Gustave's body. He was estimated to have been between 6 and 7 meters long and weighed about a ton. One view argued that the reason this gigantic creature attacked humans was because of its enormous size. Gustave was such a large creature that its size destroyed its agility. While smaller crocodiles could feed on fish in the lake or prey such as antelope, Gustave's lumbering size made it easier for it to turn its attention to humans. The documentary team decided to capture Gustave and made the first attempts to trap him, but the attempt was unsuccessful. Unfortunately, Burundi's political turmoil forced the team to leave the region. Gustave, Burundi's devil crocodile, continued to hunt people for years. The claims about this river monster were that it was killed by a hunter in 2009 and its skull and skin were exhibited in a museum in Rwanda. But another claim was that its last attack was recorded in 2016. In 2019, despite the lack of any recordings, there were still rumors that this monster was hunting humans. Who knows, maybe Gustave is still deep in Lake Tanganyika, waiting for his next catch.